Hi, I'm Yuki. Here are some animated films that are not for children, but are safe for adults and children alike to watch. The creator of this site is not an anime fan by any means. This site also uses a lot of anime avatars, but I thought it would be much easier to watch than my own appearances on the site. I'm not an otaku by any means. As many of you may know, Japan is an anime powerhouse. It is also famous for its special effects technology using miniatures. The reason for this is that in Japan the border between forests and residential areas is narrow and there is no large land. Also, many forests are national parks to protect nature. It was not possible to shoot vast landscapes or use gunpowder or fuel. This led to a lot of unique animation and miniature special effects. I think another reason is that Japanese people prefer psychological warfare content to flashy action. The reason for this is that baseball is still more popular today than rugby and football. Japanese cartoons have been translated and shown on television around the world. Despite the fact that Japanese anime is produced in Japan, its settings are Switzerland, South America, America and France, and foreign myths and fairy tales have been remade in Japan and produced as anime for over 40 years. Even the Japanese children who were watching it at the time thought it was a foreign animation. The creator of this site loved the adventures of Tom Sawyer when I was a kid and looked forward to watching it every week. Here's an introduction to Japanese animation if you haven't seen it yet, or if you've seen it but didn't understand what it was about. If you like cartoons, you'll find them boring. Representing Japan would be too famous to be boring, but it's Hayao Miyazaki. This person is a writer, animator, director and cartoonist. Not surprisingly, Hayao Miyazaki worked with another director on the animation. That person is called Isao Takahata. In fact, many people in Japan like the anime that this director is strongly associated with. He is the one who created the saddest anime in the world. Director Takahata, whose films are often world famous, has many different perspectives on the world. You can choose from films that are unique to Japan to works from the unknown world. The story of the anime itself is too strong for someone unfamiliar with Japan to watch, so while it's visually enjoyable, I don't think it conveys the content well. On the other hand, if the content is far removed from that of Japan, there is no reason to introduce it on this site. So I recommend Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Laputa of the Castle in the Sky. I'm sure many of you have already seen it, but I'm referring to it here as anime for beginners. If you're disappointed here, you can check out the anime that tells the story of Japan and Matsu. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind and Castle in the Sky take place in a different dimension. But the humanity and sensitivity of the characters in these two works represent the Japanese people. There are other works by Hayao Miyazaki that are set in a different dimension, but from a Japanese point of view, I think they have a strong cultural influence from other countries. I chose two pieces of work that give an image of Japanese people without knowing anything about Japan. Among them, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind has a particularly Japanese spirit to it. Thank you for watching to the end.